Brian Wright. It's the Daily Bee. I'm back. So it's Brian Wright and I'm back. I've been away for about a year. It's really busy. Had a lot of things going on and I just didn't have time to shoot these videos, edit them, get them up, do all the things that you have to do to make this stuff a reality. But my life has changed a little bit. I've made some decisions to invest my time differently and now I have opportunities to do this again. So the Daily Bee will be back, and it is back, and I'm here doing my thing, and being back is the message of the day. So anyone who knows me knows that I don't really want to see anyone complain about the situation they're in. If you're somewhere that you don't want to be and you really don't want to be there and you're not deriving a benefit from it that makes it worth being there and going through whatever pain it is you're going through, then you need to stop complaining and you have to move on. That's exactly what happened in my life. I made a decision about a year and a half ago, it's almost 2 years at this point, that I was going to go back into my family's business to help them do some things. And it didn't work out the way that we initially spoke about it working out, and I wasn't able to find satisfaction in my job to the level that I wanted. I wasn't able to implement the things that I came on board to implement, and it just became a situation where my skill set wasn't being used in a way that I was comfortable, and the opportunity was no longer there for me to do the things that were going to make me feel satisfied and create the security that I need for my future. So that being said, I had to make a decision and I resigned from the company and I moved on. So I went back to running my gym full-time, working with athletes full-time, and I'm aggressively working now to expand my gym. I have connections I've made over the last couple of years that just have a lot of different opportunities to do things. And they're things that I feel better serve my talents, better serve my passions and my focus. And I have an opportunity to work with people that I feel I can benefit better than my prior sitch. So simple as that. But that is the thing. If you're stuck or you feel stuck, that you're in a situation where you're doing something for money that you really don't connect with and you don't enjoy, or it's not even enjoying, but you don't have a level of satisfaction in what you do and you don't feel like you're serving your purpose, you've got to stop complaining about that. Because the complaining part is what's keeping you in it. Complaining is the thing that's wasting the time you need to come up with the strategy and using the energy that you need to remove yourself from that situation or transition yourself from that situation to something that better serves your personal purpose. So complaining is the killer of it all. You've got to make a decision on what you want to do, but more importantly, you have to make a decision based on who you are. And if you don't know who you are, I would highly advise you to stay where you're at until you figure that out, so at least you have some kind of security while you're in that process. Knowing who you are really establishes what it is you want to do, or the things that you can do that are going to make you feel satisfied at the end of the day. Because when you go to bed at night, you want to be satisfied with the efforts that you put out within that day. You want to feel like you're serving your purpose, not just a purpose. Because there's lots of purpose out there, but only your purpose is the one that matters to you. So you have to know inside, deep, who are you? What purpose do you want to serve? What benefit, what value do you want to provide the community in which you operate? Once you figure that out, the decisions and the choices, and even the success is not that difficult. You really have to know who you are. You have to understand the value of that for a particular group of people, and then you have to go and connect with those people, and you've got to provide your service and come up with the appropriate rate, and then you have to build a business or go work for someone that allows you to do that in a way that benefits them so that they'll pay you, which is your benefit for doing it, and so on. It's figuring out how do you create that mutually beneficial trade in a way that speaks to your truth, your purpose, which is going to allow you to be satisfied because you've satisfied a consumer base, a boss, a company, whatever. So I know who I am. I've had a lot of ups and downs. This was not the first time my family business and I did not work out. The difference is the first time I wasn't really clear on what I wanted. This time I was very clear on what I wanted. I was very clear on what I was willing to do. I was very clear on where I wanted to go. And when that started to not work, then I started to develop the strength and the courage and the understanding of where I had to go next. So I walked away from a very good paycheck into a situation where I don't really have one right now, but I have the opportunity to create an endless amount of whatever it is I want based upon my skill set, and in a way that I feel is going to benefit people. So having people appreciate what I do was actually the currency that I needed to move on. And the energy that that appreciation brings allows me to express myself better. It allows me to invest myself more completely. It allows me to create the opportunities that I need to take care of myself and my family. And since I've been on, my son's turned 5. My wife is currently 34 weeks pregnant with our second son. So I didn't want to go into a situation where I had my second son being born into a world in which I was doing things where I was not satisfied, and I did not feel I had the opportunity to provide my family the opportunities I think they deserve. So where I walked away from a paycheck to take what a lot of people would call a risk, I feel I walked away from being capped at what I can do and put myself into a position of endless opportunity to create whatever it is I choose. If I want to create, lots of things, fine. If I just want to create enough to hit a certain level of happiness, that's fine, but the choice is mine. The day's mine. The time's mine. The effort's mine. I'm in control. We're all in control. We're always in control. Even when you work for somebody, you're still in control. You're making a choice. You've made a choice to go work for someone. You've made a choice to listen to them or not listen to them. You've made a choice to be exactly where you are. You need to accept that. No one controls you. No one is responsible for you. No one makes you do choices. Even if someone has a gun to your head, you still have a choice. You can do what they're telling you to do, or you can go against that and take the risk of them pulling the trigger. That gun doesn't make you do it. You make you do it. So none of you are stuck. The only thing that you'll have as a disadvantage is if you don't know who you are and what you want. So again, I highly recommend that you take the time to figure out who you are, what you want, what's your skill set, what value do you provide to the community, and then figure out if the job you're doing speaks to that or not. And if it doesn't, I'm not saying go quit your job, don't do the extreme thing and walk away from it, but be prepared to make the changes necessary so that you can create the opportunity to do the things that are going to serve your purpose and give you a sense of satisfaction, and then allow you to create the security that you feel you need for yourself, your family, whatever. So the choice is always yours. The power is always in your hands. Don't ever think anyone but you is in control of what's going on. It's your life. You only have one of them. Don't be looking back on your deathbed going, I wish I did more of me, instead of doing what I was told. Doing what you're told is part of it. You have to do that sometimes. But as long as that is speaking to your purpose and continuing on your path, it's okay. But if you're doing what you're told, which is to go against who you are and what you believe, you're not serving any good. You're just pulling a paycheck, and you're going to resent that check. You're not going to like yourself, and you're never going to get all those things that you're, sitting around and wishing and hoping for. It's not the wish and the hope. It's always the work. So go work towards those things. Figure out who you are. Make the changes that you need to make. I did it. I've done it before. Every time I do it better. And this is the one time that I'm walking away from something that people would call secure, and I'm completely satisfied, completely happy, actually excited about the opportunity that I have around me, because I know how strong I am in terms of being able to make decisions that speak to me and my truth. And that I also know the people that I have around me are the people that also believe in my purpose and my truth. If it wasn't for my wife and my son, the members of my gym, and the close people I have around me, I wouldn't be able to do any of this. These are people that have put their faith and trust in me, which has allowed me to put my faith and trust more completely into myself. All of that positive energy from these people has not filled anything within me. It's given me the opportunity to fill myself with my own respect, with my own understanding, which has allowed me to trust and love and communicate and create better relationships with all those around me. So it's really important. It's critically important that we figure out a way to live according to our truth, because it creates all this. It puts the positive people around you. It gives you the energy to do the right thing, because you don't really need an excuse to do the right thing, because it's the right thing. You just need to go do it. So, all right. I think I've said enough here. Figure out who you are. Start living accordingly. You have one life. Go live it. This is Brian Wright. You can find me at brianwright732.com. You can follow my podcast at thehivecast.com. And you can find me at my gym, Killer Bee Combat Sports in Oakhurst, New Jersey. Our website is killerbeecsa.com. Thank you for letting me come back. Thank you for watching. And I look forward to the next episode. Peace.